Hello, this is Dominic, and in this video, we will be discussing how you can get more than 3 months worth of data out of Social Studio. Here we're going to go ahead and just get right to it here. I'm logged into Social Studio. If you have the access to Social Studio, you should be able to do this. If you go to the Performance tab, so once you logged in directly into Social Studio, sorry, let me get rid of this right here. You will see that you have workspaces and you have performance. You're going to have a few workspaces here that you have access to. I have access to more, but it doesn't matter. It's basically the same screen. And over here is the performance tab. So we have this tab here, and if you're going to want to export some data, sorry, my kids are here. They're sharpening pencils. Anyway, so if you want to access some data, you need to go into it. You first got to decide what level of data you want. So this is post level data, and it's useful to like track down, specifically how many likes, shares. I mean, it has it here, but there's tons more stuff in here than just this. It just kind of is giving you an example, but like likes, shares, comments, link clicks, reach, feedback, video views, that kind of stuff. However, if you want more page level stuff, and this works for Twitter and Facebook, this will give you some idea of like, hey, over time, how many fans did you have? How many total page views? How many consumptions, feedback, paid impressions, stuff like that. This is demographics. Don't really need that for the task that I asked my interns to complete. But you got similar metrics for Twitter as well. For engagement metrics, though, it's going to be these post reports. So let's say I want to customize and download this. All right, so specifically, I'm looking for the Dept Vet Affairs account. So let's see, go into the search box here and type Dept. Dept. Nope, no, it's not Dept Vet Affairs. That's for Twitter. Veterans. Let's see. Where are you? Did I pass it? Space Affairs. Oh, here we go. U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. All right, so this is our account. This one we're looking for. So, it's Veterans Affairs with a space in between. And then I'm gonna want comma separated values. You can TSV, I think, is tab separated values. Either one should work in Excel, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, just go with CSV and you'll be fine. By default, it shows it's going to give you the last 7 days of data. Here, I'm going to clear this. But what we want is a custom range. So here we have the 20th. This is the date right now. And let's say I want 1 year worth of data. So I'm going to go back as far as I can. But the farthest I can go back is June 23rd. So that's as far as I can go. Now, at this point, I would, I would consider, so June, July, August, September, but we started it toward the end of June. So it's about 3 months, usually you can get about 3 months worth of data. And at this point, I would go, download report, and it's going to start crunching numbers. It says you'll get an alert. You'll probably get an email as well. And that's great. So from June 23rd to September 20th, that data is currently crunching, and I will get that report in a minute. You'll know when I got it because this bell will ring, allegedly. Usually it does. So when you see a number show up on that bell, that means the report is ready to go. But for now, I'm stuck. Oh, hey, there's my report. Let's go ahead and download this. All right, here's the download. I'm going to download it, and it's going to my downloads. So let's go. And so show it in my folder. Let's go. Post engagement. There we go, Excel. And open it up. And like I said, all this data is in here. You have stories, post stories by type or likes. Specifically, I think this is the easiest. Likes, shares, comments, interaction rate, feedback, all that good stuff. But if you're just looking for like, shares, and comments, those are right here, like shares and comments. So that's a good way to get 3 months worth of data out. Notice there's a lot. There's just tons of stuff here. And if you scroll down, notice it goes all the way down to like 500, even further. There's like 1,400 different posts in here, which is nuts. That we in 3 months will post 1,000 different things. But I mean, some of those might be paid ads as well. But I mean, I don't expect you guys to pull that out. Just go ahead and give us the totals. And then let's say so I got the data from June 23rd to September 20th, right? So there's September 20th. But let's say I want to go further back. Well, right now it's all grayed out. I can't click it. It's stuck. But what I do and what I tell people to do is basically you kind of have to move the goalposts, basically. So it's kind of like in order for you to move the front goalpost further forward, you have to move the back goalpost forward first, or do it at the same time. But that's not really possible in this analogy. Basically, you have to take this back number, like the most recent number, and move it forward, or in this case, backwards in time, and then take the furthest back number in time and move it further back. So now I'm all the way back to March. So now I'm from March 26th to June 23rd. And then I could export that. And then I would come back and I would go, okay, well, I'm stuck. I can't go any further. Let's go ahead and walk this one back to March 26th. And then I'll March 26th, all the way back to December 27th. And then I'll download that report. And I would want you to keep going until you get to, in this case, we're looking for September 30th of 2020. So now we got September 30th of 2020. And that's basically the entire fiscal year up until this point in time. So once I've exported that, that's a whole fiscal year, and that's all we're looking for. We're looking for basically, honestly, you could go to October 1st and be good to go. October 1st to September 30th is the fiscal year. And then let's say we wanted to go and do the same for the previous fiscal year. So in that case, now I'm moving to September 30th, and this is going to be my new start date, September 30th. And then I'm going to walk it as far back as I can. So that goes all the way back to July. So July 3rd to September 30th. Download that. And this would be for a comparison. So if we're trying to compare metrics from 2020 to metrics from 2021, we need to first gather the metrics from 2020. So we're starting over. We got July 3rd to September 30th, 2020. And now we're going to walk it back to July 3rd again, and then move this one back further, which is April 5th. And then once we download that, move this one back to April 5th, and move this one even further to January 7th, download that one, and then move this one to January 7th, and walk this one back to October 10th, right? And then download that. And then once we got that, of course, walk this one back to October 10th, and then go to, too far, to October 1st. And so now we have October 1st to October 10th. Download that final one, and then we're done with the fiscal year. So that would give you a baseline to compare to current year across all platforms. So you'll have to do this for every single platform. And then you're going to have to compile it into one overall Excel sheet or Google Doc. Keeping in mind, of course, that my team does not use Google Docs. We can't access them. So you'd have to put them once if you used a Google Doc, or I'm sorry, Google Sheet, you would have to put it all into something, an Excel spreadsheet of some sort that we can actually use. We can't like after the fact. If you wanted to give us the end result data, you'd have to put it into Excel. So if you're trying to collaborate on this, if you want to split it up, hey, you take this date range, you take this date range, well, or maybe, hey, I'm going to do 2021, you do 2020. Okay, you can split it up, but just keep in mind that we only can take data that's in an Excel file that's emailed to us or sent to us in Slack. I can't access Google Docs, or Google Drive. So that's how you would get more than 30 days with the data. You just got to move the goalposts until you get all the data you need. Downloading each set of data every time. And again, you should get a notification here when your report is ready to download, and you would also get an email in your inbox when it's ready to go. That's all. Hopefully it helped.